Hey everyone, what's up? What's up? Rebecca Plautz, the host of the Live Fearlessly vlog series. Okay, I'm coming at you today solo. So I realized that one, I haven't actually shared with you guys my story about a significant time in my life when fear held me back from living my life fully and how I became, right? Rebecca Plautz, the photographer, your connection strategist, co-founder of the virtual workspace and community Work on Purpose with Purpose, right? And a biohacker and a mom and all of these things that I am, it all has been a journey from the starting point that I look at, which is where my story began is, over 10 years ago when I was wrongfully fired from a retail job. And I say wrongfully because I was fired for perception. They told me I didn't smile enough. I wasn't cut out for customer service. And I call BS on that because even the day that I was fired, I was their top person on the front end where I was working. I won't even go into what that is, but right, like I was their top person. I was the leader on the board and I was fired even that day. So I was upset, right? I was really pissed off because I couldn't do anything about it. I was not in control of the situation at that point. And what I could do is take control of me, right? So I would lie to you if I said I was like, turn the leaf, there we go, right? There was a time frame, which I don't know if it was 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months of really like when that switch happened specifically. However, I can tell you that when it was happening, right? Like I remember just being so heartbroken that I was fired, right? Like I had been told I wasn't good enough and that I was let go. And I know that when I started to turn and say, well, you know what? I'm amazing. And they are telling me that I wasn't good enough and I'm not going to stand for that. Like, I'm not going to just go find another job that is a paycheck, right? I want to be passionate about it, which is what I've translated to actually be where the problem was, that I wasn't excited to work in retail. I wasn't excited to check people out and be mindless and do those things. Like, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with retail. Absolutely. Great. Not for me. I am a people person, but I need deeper connection. Like I can't do surface level. That's why this video series is here, is because I want to deep dive with people. I want to know what they're passionate about. I want to know what your pain points have been in your life up until now, because you know what? Those shape who we are. The leaders that we are today have been shaped from our experiences from the days before. What we've learned from them, the people we've come in contact with and experienced in our journey is how we've been shaped to be the people and the leaders that we are today. And so fast forward, right? I was like, I'm not working, screw the man. I'm not going to just work for someone again. I'm going to make my own way. I'm going to decide when I've had enough and when I'm not good enough for a job, or what that looks like for myself. I want to be in control of those things. So entrepreneurship was definitely something that I knew would be in my life at that point. I didn't know what that was, what it would look like specifically. And my family, my bonus dad, he was like, I remember we were on vacation. My family does a cabin on the lake every summer since I don't even know how old. Literally, we've done it for over 20 years. And it's my mom, my bonus dad, my sisters, and me, and now it's our family. So it's the tradition to do this. I'm a lake girl. I was raised on the lake. I love it. It's very calming and peaceful to me. Let me know in the comments if you are a water baby. That's what I like to say, but specifically the lake calls to me. But I would love to know if you're a water baby like me. Is it a pool? Is it a lake, a river, or is it the ocean? Like, I would love to hear from you guys. So I've just always loved the water. So anyways, we were on that vacation that year, and I remember sitting on the dock talking with my bonus dad, and he was like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? And I was like, I'm like 22, 23, 22, I think I was. And I was like, I have no idea. How do you decide that? And it came down to, the only thing that I know I like and enjoy and really have fun doing is taking pictures. And mind you, I did not have a professional camera at this time. I had a disposable camera that I would go to my local IGA and send out to develop my cameras every week, right? I had at least like one or two every single week, just taking pictures of parties and events and my friends and hanging out and like life experiences. So I said photography, and I didn't really realize that that was an actual career at that point when I said that. And then my bonus dad helped me pay for my first camera. It was like a $900 or almost $1,000 camera with the lens and everything because it's DSLR. And so I'm super grateful for that. So, right, like when I had the space for the support, it was flowing to me. I got support. I had people in my life that were encouraging me to make a decision about something. And that's really what I want to like point out, is that number one thing is like being aware of what we are in control of, and then taking action to move in the direction that we want to go by taking a baby step of any kind. So me just saying, blurting it out loud to someone that photography was something that I really enjoyed. That was a step, because if I just stay in my head, it would take longer to get it out. In my view, that's been consistent. So that's a big thing. So then from there, right, like I started doing night classes at my local tech college when I was living in La Crosse, Wisconsin at the time. And I did night classes, and I do not have a degree in photography. I literally just went and got the hands-on experience in learning. And then from there, I did everything. I did nature photography, I did newborn photography, I did weddings, I did families. And the only one that I didn't find a class on was boudoir photography. And it's interesting. So it wasn't even in my world until about 4 or 5 years into my journey as an entrepreneur, which has been a decade now. So when I learned about it, I found a mentor that was local in Wisconsin, consumed all of her content to learn that I could actually empower women to love themselves the way they are now and celebrate them with this style of photography. And I was hooked. And that happened because I have a high school friend that her husband was he was away at boot camp. And she said, have you ever done boudoir photography before? And I said, no. What is it? And she told me, and she's like, oh, it's kind of like fun, sexy pictures. And I was like, I mean, that's cool. We can try it. So I was totally open to it. I'm a very open person, and something that friend, all of my high school friends, like everyone in my whole life, my family, that's consistently everyone would say, Becky, you're so bold, you're so confident, like how do I get that in my life? And I was blind to the fact that that was a strength that other people needed support with, and I could serve them, by giving them support in how I shift my mind, how I view things differently than most people. But I didn't know that for the longest time. And once I became aware of it, then I was like, wow, I can take my passion for photography and capturing moments and experiences, and I can magnify that and really help someone love themselves and feel more self-confident and raise their self-esteem by showing them the beautiful, sexy, fun, brave person that is inside of them, even on the days that we do not feel like it. Like, that we are that person, right? I feel like that too. We don't feel amazing every single day. We don't feel powerful every single day or smart all the time. Like, things happen, life happens, and we need to grow from them. But to gain the confidence to know that we are still amazing and who we say we are does matter. It's a mindset shift. And I realized that when I started doing empowerment boudoir, I took my love for life experience and my love for photography and my love for confidence, like helping people raise their vibration and confidence, and I packaged it into a full day experience. So I don't just take your sexy pictures. It is professional hair and makeup services. It is a massage after your photo shoot. It is access to the lingerie closet for the studio. It is a same day reveal. It's everything. Your favorite snacks and beverages. Like, I'm with them the whole way through the experience, connecting with them, helping them grow their confidence. And now I've added the layer of actual confidence mindset coaching to lead them to this experience so that we're working on strengthening their mind. So I've combined all of the things that I love and I'm passionate about, which is mindset as well as photography and empowerment. And I've made this into my main business, which is your connection strategist is what I call myself, right? So I get to encourage inspired transformation in your busy mind, your unloved body, and low energy. I'm your connection strategist. And I have different ways that I do that, but this all started because I was told I wasn't good enough. I was pushed to the side. I literally got fired, right? And I had to make my own way. And the one thing that I found that was true is that I'm in control of my thoughts. I get to decide if I'm going to be dealing with the itty bitty shitty committee, or if I'm going to feel my strength and my power and step into who I am. And that's what I did. So I've been doing that, right? And I will say something that has definitely moved the needle for me during that, like looking at this, is community. Communities that are supportive, that are celebrating, that are encouraging, and not trying to shove you in a box, right? We are scripted our whole lives, unknowingly, I believe, completely unknowingly. Like, our families are, generation after generation, we are told, sit down, shut up, listen to this, do this, go get a job, graduate, marry someone, have kids, the picket fence, like all of that is what we all know. That's the script that we are fed. And it's unlearning these things and really stepping into what we feel, what we love, what we're passionate about, where and who we are meant to be, and stepping forward in that. So I'm really passionate about entrepreneurship. I do have 3 small children. They're 7, 5, and 4 currently here in September 2020. And I'm very highly adaptable. I'm flexible. I'm go with the flow. And I believe that that is a huge thing for entrepreneurs. Like, we have to be adaptable. We have to be ready to just like roll with it. So COVID be damned. Like, yeah, I'm the mom that's like, okay, we're going to get through this. We're going to figure it out. And I miss traveling. Do not get me wrong. That is a huge thing because I'm a life experience person. I miss traveling. I miss experiencing things. This was going to be the year that we took our kids out of the state to start experiencing the world outside of Wisconsin. And it hasn't happened yet. But what I know is that I won't give up until I do it. And that's an entrepreneurial brain and mindset. And that's what I'm teaching my kids. So my passion is getting people to the right spaces for them. So getting you to the right place of what your vision is, of where you see your future, right? What do you have in store for yourself? And I love those deep conversations. A lot of times people are like, we just met and I feel like I've known you forever. I love active listening to people and what they're excited about, what their pain points are, like I was talking about earlier, because I am your connection strategist. I want to support you any way that I can. If that is sending you a text message of encouragement when you wake up at 5 a.m. and you go for a walk for yourself to fill your cup before you fill your families or your communities, like, yes, that is something that I love to do. if it's giving you the tools to just hear more stories that might resonate with you, like check out more of the Live Fearlessly series. I have interviewed so many amazing women so far, and this is open to men as well. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to share my story of how I had fear holding me back and that I worked through it, message me, comment, let me know. I would love to connect with you and help you, put that out there. I am all about helping you be seen and heard, and really about knowing that you and all of the ways that you contribute to your world right now, that you matter, that it all matters, right? And we all have a story. We all have life experiences that we can share. And I love giving people the space to celebrate it and encourage it and move forward in it. So honestly, like, I think about fear as my best friend. I think about it differently than most people. And I started to really become aware of this in the last 3 years of my journey. And I'll say that something that was a game changer that I want to make sure that is very known is that I sought out a success strategist, is what she calls herself. And she's now my business partner. We have the virtual workspace and community work on purpose with purpose. And that was a whole nother ball of wax with fear and, having those uncertain feelings of like, I don't know what's happening next. Well, I realized that that's every day. We don't know what's about to happen. As much as I plan it out in my planner and I have it all in front of me, like, things happen. Life happens every single day. And we have these fears, whether they're big or small, every single day, but it's really the mindset that we greet it with, right? Like, literally think about fear in a relationship standpoint and realize that fear is our friend. Fear is fun. It's exciting, because if we're not stepping through the fear spaces that we have, we're staying still. We're stagnant. We're human beings. We don't do that. We don't feel good doing that. It feels like we're dying inside if we are not growing, if we are not striving to better ourselves or to help more people and contribute to our world. Like, think about that, right? Do you guys feel that? Do you feel like you are really just stuck when you're not going for something, when you're not focused on something that is good for you or the people that you love? Like, we need to set goals. We need to have those things. So personal development became a huge part of my life. Obviously, like, I hired a success strategist. I started to get who I was, who I am to my core, why I was doing boudoir, why I was, working to be my own boss, got down to like who I am meant to be and how I'm meant to serve you guys and show up. And I started the video podcast series as a bridge between photography and mindset coaching, and put it right here for people to share their stories and be heard and be seen and really understand who you are meant to be and how those experiences have played a big part in your story. So I would say dive into personal development for some advice. Find a mentor, find a strategist, a coach, a mentor, someone that you can, one, look up to, that's just a little bit ahead of you, that's going to turn around and support you, that is going to give you resources and connections and help you get out of your head, right? And the other thing that I'll say that has been really impactful for me is pen to paper, like, journal it. I still am working on making it a consistent thing in my life. I'll be totally transparent. When I show up and I write my thoughts, they get magnified. They get more energy because I see it. I'm a very visual person. Give me one of the comments if you guys are visual as well. I would love to hear who is visual. I'm a visual person. So writing it down, and there's something really magical about taking it from our head to our hand to our heart to like see it and feel it and know it to be true. That is magical. So if you don't currently write your thoughts or journal, start by writing 2 sentences a day. Today I felt like this, and this was positive, or something that I want to improve on, right? Like, something simple. Keep it simple. Write today I'm journaling about this, and then just say what comes to mind. And it can be private, you can keep it out, whatever that is for you, but it's powerful to like think back and to see what you were thinking on these days, to really pull it through. That actually has been a huge thing for 2020 for me to I don't want to say, excuse me, I don't want to say analyze my thoughts, but to revisit them, right? Because we're feeling so many different things during this pandemic, during 2020. Like, so many things are going through our minds. So many things are being presented to us. We're consuming the most amount of content we've ever consumed, and we need to figure out what to do with it. Think tank it. I call it think tank, where I actually do host this 3 times a week on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. It's a quick half an hour where we get on Zoom together and we are putting pen to paper. We are getting it out of our heads. And if it's negative, we either crumple it up or we reverse it to positive. If it's making your to-do list so that you can be organized, awesome. All we're doing is pen to paper and holding the space for each other. And we get to see people. So you're being seen, you're being heard, you're being celebrated. And then you are getting your mind cleared by doing these think tanks and getting it all out. So I would love to invite you guys to join me. Shoot me a message or comment if you are interested in coming and experiencing the think tank with me. I would love to have you dive in with me and start clearing your mind and see how that really does move you forward in what you want in your life. Okay. So those are some tips for me and some spaces where you can connect with me other than on here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure that you're getting these stories, sharing them with people that resonate with them, right? If you know someone that has a story similar, like if they've been wrongfully fired, share this with them. If you were listening to one of them from last week and that story, you're like, I know someone that happened to too. Share it with them. It's a gift for these people that won. These leaders are sharing their stories, they're being vulnerable and showing up to better people so that we don't make the same mistakes, right? Like, we're growing through them together. And that's the purpose of getting your story out there. But you can connect with me on Instagram at Your Connection Strategist at Rebecca P Photography on Instagram as well. I also have a private Facebook group called Transform Daily that you can check out as well if you are focused on transforming your mindset, and that's a great place to be for sure to start. So I would love to invite you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my story, hearing more about me and my world. And I would love to hear from you and connect with you. Absolutely. Actually, mention that you followed this story to the end. And I wanna give you a free hour of total value with me. So message me, let me know that you watched this and that you want to call, and let's get down to it. Let's see what's not quite right in your life yet. And let's see how we can pull resources and mindset work on how to move you forward. I would love to connect with you. Remember to love yourself and live fearlessly. Make it a great day.